Hey everyone, how are you all this morning? Now my dog wants to come in. 1 minute she doesn't, and then she does. Hi, who have we got? We've got Glenda, Holly, and Suzanne. Lovely to see you all this morning. Okay, so it's just been one of those rushed mornings this morning, as it always is when I'm supposed to be doing this. Our little cat with bad legs, he was dragging his legs behind him this morning, and we said we'd never let it get to a stage where he was doing that all the time. But then in the next minute, he jumped up on the couch, so he was fine. Hi, Marlene. How are you this morning? Lovely to see you. Yeah, so he does that sometimes. He must lay on a nerve or something when he sleeps, because we were a bit worried there for a minute. But anyway, that's all sorted. He seems to be okay. So we've got it's a bit of an overcast day. I'm hoping it's not going to rain because I've got washing in the machine. Hi, Daryl. How are you this morning? Morning, Roz. Lovely to see you all. Yeah, he does that, Holly. I can't remember what the name of it is. It's something something to do where his brain didn't grow properly when he was a baby, when he was a kitten. So yeah, he's always had problems with his legs. But I mean, we don't mind as he is at the moment, but we certainly won't let him get to the point where he drags his legs or anything like that. I think this morning he must have just either that or Lando chased him. Sometimes when Lando chases him, he gets a bit sooky like that. So anyway, so today it's quite a simple card, I think. um, I'm just going to go with it. I've got it in my head. I'm going to go with it how I sort of see it in my head. And let's hope it works. Carol. Hi, Carol. Lovely to see you. What's your weather like in Canada today? All righty. Thank you so much for joining us. All right. So I'm going to go straight down to the desk because I don't have much more. Let me come down, but I do have. So, these are the colours I'm using today. So I'm going to be using Very Vanilla and this cardstock, which I think is really pretty. And I'm actually wondering. Anyway, I will wonder in a minute. Also, has anyone else seen this? This is the product of the month for March. Okay, let me bring it up a bit closer. Notes of Spring, it's called. It's quite sweet. It's really hard to see the demo card that they've done because it's very pale. But it is quite sweet. So I'm sure it'll be the usual. Like if you put in an order for $125 before postage, then you'll be able to get this for $9. So it's quite cute, isn't it? I mean, I didn't want to put an order in next month, so I may be just hanging on to see whether it's still available the month after. But very pretty. Hi, Kim. Kim, did you get my email that I sent you? When we went out to the mailbox yesterday, Kevin said, "Oh, there's a card for you." And when I looked at it, it was the card that I sent to you for Christmas, and I'd sent it before there was a mix up on the numbers, and I'd sent it before it was fixed, and unfortunately it's come back to me. So I'm really sorry about that. You got 22 centimeters of snow. Wow. A bit of a mess, yeah. Well, I don't think we're definitely not going to get snow. You think it's sweet. You're not sure if you'll be right. And that look, I love anything to do with this, with little animals and that. But we've got the cats, we've got the dogs, we've got the birds, and we had other animals, and that's why I think I'm not overly worried about whether I get it or not. So if the April one, I would say, and this is just my guessing, looks like we're doing paper stamps, paper stamps, paper stamps. So I would suggest that the April one will probably be paper. And then if yours came back as well, Suzanne? Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, sorry, Kim. And Suzanne's just said hers came back as well. Hi, Lisa. How are you this morning? Lovely to see you. You've got sunny weather today. I've got washing in the machine, so I'm hoping that it stays fairly dry. Yeah, just so that I can get the washing dry. Okay, so my plan today, I'll cut my normal card base. So you can see, and not those flowers, they're the leftovers from yesterday. I should have put them away. We've got some little flowers here. So I thought I'd go sweet today. Sometimes you have to. You're good this evening. That's great. Okay, so this card's going to be 5 3/4. So let's, what am I doing? Yes, 5 3/4 by 8. So I've got a few different things out here because I'm not sure what I'm going to be doing. And I can actually use my Very Vanilla today because hopefully my order will be here by Friday. What's today? Wednesday. So, yeah. You've had 2 days of cold weather. Oh, frost. Yes. Pretty to look at, but... All right. So now what I want to do is... this is 4 centimeters, and I really want to just... what do I want to do? So I want this to be at the top here. Now, I don't know whether to do another base or not. I might do it without because there's going to be some stuff on there. So I want it to be probably 3 3/4. And I'm cutting it this way because otherwise I'll get those things the wrong way. 3 3/4. Let's see. I'm actually going to cut that down again, and that is 5 1/2 across there. So we'll do it 5 1/4. Now, don't. Oh, okay. Maybe we should have done it 5 1/2. Let's do it 5 1/2. It'll probably look better. So I did sit here this morning and have a little bit of a play, but that was with another card. So I'm going to have that like that. But down the bottom here, I'm going to have a piece that is embossed. And I don't know which embossing piece. So I'm thinking like 2/3 at the top and 1 at the bottom, maybe. So what have we got? We've got 3 3 3/4. So if I do 1 1 1/4, let me try that. Or is that going to be too small? That's going to be too small, so I'm going to do 2. Let's see what that looks like. That will work perfectly. Excellent. So I'm going to do 2. What did I say that was? See? Forgotten already. 5 1/2. So that is going to sit on the bottom. I'm not going to cut the top one, it won't matter. That's going to sit there, and I'm going to put this through an embossing folder. Now, the choices. The choices. So it's going to sit below this. Okay, like so. So I'm tossing up between pressed flowers, which I really love, the mini corrugated, which I've never used, and the damask one. So I'm not so keen really on the corrugated. I don't really know why I got it. I'm not sure which of these are still available, but you can use anything that you want. You love hanging the washing out to dry. Unfortunately, between the humidity and pollen, we only... Oh, okay. Oh, wow. That's interesting. And you know what? I sort of had the feeling that in the States, washing didn't actually get hung out to dry. I thought pretty much everybody used their dryer. So the pressed flowers, I'm thinking that. So it was that or that. I'd gone right off of the mini corrugated by the time I showed it to you. I don't think this is still available. If anyone wants to check and let me know, please do. But don't worry about it. It's not. And I know that with this one, it's supposed to go that way. But I can pop it in there and have it so that like we get a little bit, I don't know if you can see it. We get a little bit here where it's missed, if that makes sense. So if I put it up too high, we'll have too much. Yeah. So I'll bring it down to about there, I think, and I'll pop this through. Oh, that was nearly a drastic mistake. Okay. Put all my plates back before I forget. I've been trying to sort out my dies. They've been accidentally popped into the wrong folders, and I will get there. Basically, I think I've got to look at what I did last week and see. Oh, I had a bit of a play with something else too. I had a bit of a play with doing this, which I thought was rather nice, but now I want to do it on the debossed side. So yeah, I think you're right, Roz. We were definitely raised to, you hung washing on the line and that was it. I remember in the UK we used to pick it in the winter and it would be solid. So, the arms of the shirts would be sticking out, and so that's what we're going to have at the bottom there. So that, like that. Okay, we've got that bit sorted. Let's get those out of the way. Now, I was tempted to use this shape in here, and I still am. I could put that around it as well if I wanted to, but what do you think? Do you think that shape there, maybe if I did it in crumb cake, or I think crumb cake would be a good colour. Do you think? Probably. Let's give it a go in crumb cake and see if we like it. I love this. I love this one. as you can tell, because I'm always using it. It's better. So I'll just pop that on there. So we'll probably use the base as well. And I'm wondering if just to give it that little bit of height, we might use this and do another one of these and set one on top of the other. Yeah, you don't like coming out the wrong way, do you? So that's going to be like that. What do you think? Do you like the crumb cake on that? So let me show you what we're putting on it because it'll give you a better idea. The plan then is to sort of put some little sprigs in there, and then we'll just add some flowers. Sorry, some of these are upside down, but that's sort of the plan. So should I do a second one so that I can raise that up a little bit? I think it might be an idea. Crumb cake's good. Oh, thank you, Glenda. Okay. I'll do one more and then we can discuss it later. What did I do with it? There it is. Got lots of little bits left in it. Just hang on a second. All right, we'll do another one. No, it doesn't want to come out that way. Some of the bits are, though. Oh, there we go. All right, so poke these out. And what I'll do is I'll put these together like now so that oh, that's what I didn't do. Look for my... That's the other thing I can't find is my... I've got another one. I just didn't want to open a new one. My silicone mat. No idea where it's gone. It should be under here, but I suppose it could be anywhere. I really don't know. It's gone for a walk, I think. I'll have to have a look later. I'll just be very careful. All right, so let me just pop this on here. Hi, Tanya. How are you? Lovely to see you. Sorry. I really don't like testing people. It's funny how you... I've done it so many times. Sorry, I'm just popping little tiny blobs of glue on here. I've done it so many times where I'm like, nope, not getting that. Everyday Arches was one of them. Suzanne will tell you, I was adamant I wasn't getting it. I couldn't see any use for it. And then after a while, I was like, oh, if I had that Arches one. And I got it, and I use it all the time. So it's one of the most used ones of my collection. All right, so what I've done is I've just popped one on top of the other, which gives it not a lot, but it does give it that little bit of height when I pop it on there. So it looks like the base is going inward. Hope that makes sense. pop that away. The thing is, there's so much you can do with it. So this is the scalloped wishes. You've got the dies, but you've also got the stamps, which I haven't really had much of a play with yet. Oh, that might be tomorrow's thing. Now, I don't know if you can see, but where we've put that through the embossing machine, do you see how it's gone a bit wavy? So it's spread. The fibers have spread a little bit. It's okay. It will sit straight. But hi, Sue. How are you? Lovely to see you. It will sit straight. It's just that, when we pop it through the embossing machine, it does spread it a tiny bit. You were determined, weren't you, Miss Molly, that you were going to get in here? Lay down. No, you can't come up. You're too big. Oh, I probably shouldn't have done that then. Miss Molly came in to visit. She's still here. She's wanting pats from Mum. Right, so this is just going to sit across the bottom of there like that. So this is a case of actually making it on the card, which I don't usually do. So let me stand up. I have found lately that I'm standing up. See, now that has spread that, definitely spread it. I am standing up more and more, especially when I do these sorts of things. Okay, so now we have, I'm just going to hold that for a second because oh, you want to see Molly. All right, let me see if I can. Molly, here. Up. Right, say hello to the ladies. Oh, hang on, wrong way. There she is. And she's a sooky girl, aren't you? Yeah, you're a sooky girl. All right, hop down. No, hop down now. Good girl. Okay, there we go. I think she's used to me now. Oh dear. So that's going to go there. We're going to pop this piece down. I hope that's going to stick now. And actually that works well because there's a little spot there where there is no, I'm going to pop that there. She is gorgeous girl. She's a big buff. She's not actually that big. Like, she comes up to, I suppose, my mid-thigh. And I keep her at around about 30 kilo. That's about the right weight for her. So, yeah. And then I'm going to put that on there. But what I might do, I'll have to keep popping it on. I might even though, no, I don't want to pull it up. Now what I want to do is I want to pop some of these greenery. Now, I don't mind if it goes just a tad over, like sort of that, because these are the little sprigs out of the scalloped wishes. So it's these little, I haven't done the little tiny one, I've just done the bigger one. And I'm thinking I might actually cut one of these because I'm not going to use all of them, not by a long shot. I might cut that one down in there. And then use just that extra one somewhere up in here, like so, because we're going to put the flowers down this base bit. Okay, so let me... Hi, Lynn, how are you? Yeah, Molly follows me everywhere. She really does. She's a good girl. Just popping a little. If I could find my mat, I would do this with the little brush, but I don't. So I think I'll be pulling this desk out later and just seeing what is hidden beneath. So I'm going to pop that there, and before it dries too much, I just want to make sure that that's going to look right there. And then this one, oh goodness, that's what I didn't want to do. All good. And then this piece, I might just lift that leaf before it sticks, and then I'll pop this one just under there, just so that we've got that extra little bit of greenery. I can always pop some more in afterwards if I need to. I'm just thinking that one coming out from there doesn't look too bad. Then we're going to play with the flowers, but I am going to pop this on before we put the flowers in, I think. Oh, no, 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 no. Who's suffering? Is anyone suffering? Oh, absolutely no fun at all. Yeah, we all love our babies, don't we? Our fur babies. Delilah. What a lovely name. What would we, did you know, every time I lose a pet, as you do, because we all know that it's all part of life, I always say, that's it, no more, not having any more. And what happens? I get more. I won't be getting any more after these 3, I must admit. So Molly's now, I think she's 9. Raja is around the same age, 9 or 10. He's my older cat. So when those 2 have gone, we will just have Lando. Lando's 2 and a bit. Of course, under normal circumstances, I would not, at my age, have taken on a young cat. It's, not fair. However, not fair on them, not me. And anyway, this, as I think I've told you before, Orlando's owner left him with me as a foster and hasn't bothered to contact me. I've contacted him. He hasn't answered. So clearly he doesn't want his cat. And there is no way known that I'm going to give him another upheaval and send him elsewhere. I know it's easy for me because of where I worked and all the rest of it, but that doesn't make it right. So we will have Lando hopefully for a good few years. Exactly. A few pats here and what have you, a cuddle there. Now, I've got the pink and I've also got the yellow. So I'm sort of tempted to do a little bit of both, or failing that, I could put the yellow inside the pink. Now, palm of your hand was there before anything else, and you can see that when you do that, you get a lovely little bow, if you like, on your whatever you're doing. Just pops up the edges, and I could pop those in the center. What do you think? In the center or separate? Hi, Deb. How are you? So That's what I'm talking about there. I'll probably put a gem in there. So that would then, where's my tweezies? So then I would probably just put this around like this. So we can have just the pink, or we can have the pink and the yellow separate. The flowers are from the same Scalloped Wishes dies. Okay, so the same one. Separate? Yeah. Alrighty, we'll do it separate. So what I'll put, say maybe I'll start with 2 of those and 3 of the small ones, and then I'll see if I need to add any more afterwards. So although these on their own too would look nice doubled up, I might actually, that's an idea. That would give it a bit more, stop it looking so flat. So I'll just pop a little bit of glue inside there. Pop this one inside this one, like so. And then when that's dry, I'll rebend it. I think that gives a bit of a better look of the flower. Let me grab a piece of paper. Otherwise I was going to put my hand in that. So I do have probably what I should have done would have been put, some of the yellow ones in. They are gorgeous. Yeah. They're rather cute. And I think with a little bit of Stella on them, oops, hooray, I think they'll be really cute. I'm just going to do this because I just want to make them a little bit fuller. Lucky I did 6, hey? That's a dove. That's his mating call. He goes out there and boop, 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 and then what they do is they duck their head and lift their rear end up in the air like a big bow. When they find a female and they start courting with her, and then she does one of 2 things. She either sticks around or she flies off a bit quick. All right, so I've got those 3. Now let me just give them that bit of, and these 3 will probably be where? So put those, and then just want a couple of these around, speckled around, sort of like, not up that high because I wanted it to be, maybe I'll just use 2 of these because I wanted it to be mostly at the bottom. Maybe I'll just use 1. This is where it gets awkward, isn't it? When you've got big fingers. Not necessarily big fingers, but you know what I mean. Okay, so we could sort of have something like that with just the 2 of them. What do you think? Do you think that looks... Deb, we're using the Scalloped Wishes. So I can always put another piece of that in if I wanted to. Do we need another piece? Here we go, Lorraine's playing now. I was to pop another piece of that and have it coming just away out the top there, and then pop. Ooh. Do I like that? Do you like that, or do you think we've got enough greenery? Can pop it in there actually, which is more central. Then pop. And just which placement did you like it with the greenery, Kim, or the extra greenery, or without? Take that one back out again and see what you think. While I'm doing that, I'm just going to pop a little bit of glue on the back of these. That way then they will came in your delivery this morning, Daryl. Oh, you're going to have fun. I'm just going to put some glue on these, and I'm not going to stick them down straight away. I'm just going to let's give that a chance to sort of go tacky. Right, I'm indecisive. So we can put another one on. We can leave it with just the two. And then we can pop the 3 of those and the 2 of those. Let's do that just like the 2 greenery. Yeah. You liked it without the extra. Great. Thank you. That is perfect. That's what I wanted. All right. So we'll pop one here. And might just overlap slightly. One there. And then I'm going to put these little yellow ones around there as well. Just want to pop them there for a minute. If I can get it off my finger. Oh, really? It's attached. Definitely attached. You, my little love. That's hilarious. Stay. Yes. That was really funny. Okay, so I'm going to put I am going to put a sentiment on here, and I'm not sure which. I'd still love this, wishing you happiness and love, but I used that yesterday. Does that matter that I used it yesterday? I don't think it does. Let's pop it out again. Let's use it. I'm going to do it on cream and crumb cake, so it will have. Right, are you dry enough now for me to pick you up and do something sensible with you? Do you know, this one's like a naughty child. It just will not do what it's supposed to do. Pop another one up through there. And then another one down under here. And I think that will do it. What I could do, don't all faint. Because I actually used this yesterday as well because someone, I can't remember who suggested it. Yeah. Yeah. It'll be coming out soon. March is nearly upon us, isn't it? So let me see if I can do, look, I always cut way more ribbon or thread or anything than I actually need. So let me see if a little bow in the linen thread, because that's the sort of colours we're using, isn't it? Wrong one, Ray. We can either do, start with that size and then we can see where we go from there. So we could pop something like this down at the bottom if we wanted to, just to give it that little bit of a, so you let me know, bow or no bow. It doesn't matter to me either way. I could put it there, or when I've done the sentiment, I could possibly put it on there. But let's get the sentiment sort of be, look. So if I just pop that there, what do you think? Bow, no bow? Right, where's my card? Here, and there's a piece of that. I think I've actually got a small piece of that I can use. Of course you have, Lorraine. That one might be a bit iffy. Do you know, when I don't want that colour, I pull that out of here all the time. When I want it, ooh, look. That's pretty good. Let's get the, yes, you like the bow? Okay. What colour? What colour? What colour? Should I do it in early espresso? Pecan pie. Try pecan pie. If it's wrong, it doesn't look right, I'll just do it again. Wishing you happiness and love. How does that look? Actually, I quite like it in that pecan pie. And then I was going to put that onto a piece of that. So let me, I'm just cutting a piece slightly wider than that, so that would be about a 1/2 inch, wouldn't it? Yep. So I'll do it a 3/4 inch. Nope, I'm going to cut that down. I'm going to make it 3, is it? Pop it there. Does that look straight? Still probably a bit wide, I think. You wait, it'll be too thin now. Oh, it's exactly the same. That is ridiculous, Lorraine. All right. I knew I'd end up with it too small. So what did I say that was? That was a 1/2 inch. So if I make it about there, that's going to be slightly, it just looks so much bigger, doesn't it? It won't by the time I've cut it off. Right. Let me cut this one. Just there for now. And stick it on there. Oh, that's an idea. So you sort of like with that thinner one, sort of just like that. I'm a bit worried that we'll lose this on the same color here though. That should be okay. It's not. I don't think it's. That is a great idea. I've never actually done that, I don't think. I've seen others do it. It's something I will definitely try. So we've just got that straightforward one. And I could pop it over this side. And what do you think there? I think it looks okay down the bottom there. And then pop the bow. Where are we going to put the bow? Where I originally put it. I might just make it a little bit smaller. And just pop it there. I think that looks okay, doesn't it? Just there. We'll do that. We'll get some glue dots out. This I'll pop up. Where are they? Oh, I've got some side bits here. That'll work. I don't know why I'm using those great big scissors. Probably because they were there. Thank you. That looks great. I'm definitely going to try that idea, Tanya, that offset thing. I don't think about it, so I'm going to have to practice it before I... So I want that across there. Then we're going to grab a glue dot and we're going to pop one on the end of my finger. No. Pop a glue dot on there. Why have you twisted my ribbon? My bow. We're going to pop the bow there, like so. We're going to quickly cut and insert. I'm going to use DSP, and so I'm going to do 5.5 by 3 3/4. Not that way, I'm not. Five and a half by 3 3/4, and then this piece will be 5 1/4 by 3 1/2. So that's going to sit on there, just on the inside loop. Thanks, Marlene. Thanks, Daryl. Thank you, everybody. Can anyone tell me why, when we have a piece of card that's blank on both sides, where it doesn't matter which side we're going to use, when we pick it up, we always turn it over to add the glue? It's weird, isn't it? Now that's weird, isn't it? See how that's got one plain bit, this is stripes, this is like dashes, and that's dots down the bottom. That's pretty cool. I bet if I tried to do that, I couldn't have done it. Just going to pop a piece of greenery inside. Pop one of those. Look, we've got a spare one of these, so it might as well go in. One of those. And 2 little ones. How about that? Actually, I think this is quite sweet. I'm quite pleased with it, actually. So, you know how you do things, sometimes you're really happy, and then other times you think, oh my goodness. But you have to have your oh my goodnesses so that you can eventually get your... And what I should have done there was probably done a bit of blending, but I didn't. So instead, what I'll do, and I haven't done this for a while, is just do a bit of splatter. Well, we used nearly all the flowers, which was lovely. Now I'm just going to stick this into here. Just a note, it is easier when you want to stick things if you take the lid off of the glue. So last night I sat up. There are so many, I think wedding, ooh, that was close. Wedding, if it's, you know, done in these sorts of colours. There we go. So that's that. Put a little bit of wink on the front here. And then we'll grab, what should we put on here? Maybe not those today. I've used those pretty much all week. Who was it yesterday told me what die set this came out of? Please, please. What have we got? We've got those colours. So, I'm sure we had... Well, those are quite pretty. I'm sure I've got a couple of sets. They would go beautifully. That's the antique pearls. That would look lovely on there. And then we've got this one here. which is Pearls of Beauty, and they would look rather nice on there as well. So choice of two, I think. Antique pearls or the Pearls of Beauty, and I would probably use these darker ones down the bottom. Hi, San. Oh, thank you. Charming day. Thank you for that. Thank you, Tanya. Does that one come out? That I don't know that one does it? Maybe. Maybe not. All right, I'll pop it in Charming Day. That's Charming Day. So it doesn't cut out anything that we stamped. It's, yeah. All right. Thank you. Okay, so the DSP is... Oh, here we go. That's this one. So this is Brushed with Beauty. And I have to say, again, this was one of my... Oh, I don't think I want that. But just look at it. Just look at the... Yeah, I'm not a Darling Duckling fan, but hey, just beautiful patterns. And even though I didn't want it, I have used so much of it already. This is lovely. A lot of people use this one. Yeah, not such a fan. But these I love. This one I've used today and the one underneath. Now I think we can cut that out with one of the dies. Let me have a look. Oh, I haven't got those dies out. I'll have a look. I'm pretty sure you can cut that one out with one of the dies. Gallery Blooms. I checked with... I had Gallery Blooms out, didn't I? Yeah, see, that's Charming Day. That's Gallery Blooms. I'm just not sure. I'll look it up. Because I don't... It might go in... No, it's not that one. Let's see what I've got. Oh, this one I did think I was missing some stuff out of, but yeah. I'll have a look. I'll double check, but thank you. Ah, Carol, Charming Day. It's definitely that one. Excellent. So you were right, Tanya, straight off the bat. So there you go. It's me that's being... Thank you very much, ladies. I had visions of me having to get on and go through all the... All right. So what am I think I'm going to use these ones. I think that's the ones that... See what I mean? Like they've got a little tingy to them, but I like it. So what I want to do, Molly, stop that, or you can leave. Is put, I usually like to put one down there, and then probably one there, and another one there. And you know what I'm going to do? Where I've got the holes in there, Sue will love this because I just think I need to do something with those. And I'm thinking that our rhinestones are going to be perfect just to give it that little bit of so that it looks like they've got a center to them. Just using the little ones. There we go. Done. Thanks, everyone. That saved me a lot of time. I do have another little one here, but there's that one as well. That I'm sure I can find that one. Okay. So, what? My card today. Sweet, simple, and easy to do. So sometimes less is more, isn't it? And I really like that. So thank you so much. Let me come back up to the top. Thank you for helping me find where my dye's coming from. I usually pop them away after each thing, but yeah, somehow we've had some left out. So yeah, so I'm quite happy with that. And for me to choose to put a bow on, but I actually don't mind the thread rather than I'm not keen on ribbon, but I don't mind that thread. I think it just does that little bit of something, doesn't it? Now, I showed you that I'd done that. Now I want to have a go with the debossed side. I might see if I can make a card with one of these. So, yep, Susie D's next. So, okay, see you later. Thanks, everybody, for joining me today. And I will catch you all again tomorrow morning at 9:30. Whatever you're doing today, stay safe, look after yourselves and yours. And, yeah, I'll see you all in the morning. Bye for now.